Hello and welcome to Total Resilience Yoga. My name is Leland and I am super glad to have you guys here, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. We've got a lot that's happening. Give me one moment. So we start again. My name is Leland Holgate. I have the distinct pleasure of being the executive director over here at Trauma Recovery Yoga. So welcome to your Total Resilience Yoga with Leland. And I know right now there's a lot going on in the world. There's so much going on. And I think right now is the best time for us all to check in and deal with self, which is what we're doing right now. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for hopping in. And one of the things that I've noticed the most, being a combat veteran myself and using yoga to heal not just my mind, but also my body, is this form, this method, this total resilience yoga that we bring out to the world really does take you to a whole other level of self-regulation. It allows you to completely check out from everything that's going on outside. And right now, as we all know, there is plenty of outside stimulus or stimuli to go on. And there's a lot that's happening. So while this is all happening, while we're all stuck in our house, it is so very important for us to check in with ourselves. Because of course, hurting people have the ability to hurt people. And I used to be one of those people, being a combat veteran and dealing with a lot of the things that I had seen in my life. So this form has literally saved my life several times. And you'll notice, I'll talk some more about it before we get going here in just a moment, but one of the things that really helps is being able to tune out or check out and tune in and give yourself that moment to figure out what you need. I think one of the problems right now with a lot of whatever is going on is that we have to figure out what we need for ourselves. And of course, when it's not given from outside circumstance or from outside people, then it becomes very tough for us to live that happy life. So I'm so glad you guys made it in, because here you are doing you, making you number one on your to-do list and making sure that you're at the top of a very long priority list, I'm sure, especially if you're a parent or you have a business or you just have a job. You know, regular adulting itself is tough enough. So taking that moment to check in with yourself is key. It's really huge. And I think right now, for sure, we can all agree that the one thing this world needs is more love, more understanding, more compassion. And that you get with this form of yoga, with Total Resilience Yoga. It really does allow you to find out more about yourself that maybe you didn't even know post any traumatic experience or post anything that has happened in your life that really took you away from that normal ebb and flow of what we experience in our day-to-day lives. So I'm so glad that you all made it in. And here in about 5 minutes, we will get started. I just wanted to make sure that I highlighted the fact that we are here for our worldwide community. So if you would, please share all of these videos with your friends, or just share our YouTube channel or our website, traumarecoveryyoga.org, with everybody that you can. Because I feel like right now, if we were to just continually spread the love that we find inside of this method, it would do so much for so much of the world. It really would help heal. And I know that it seems, a bit easy for me to say something like that, but based off of where I've come from myself, and I'll give you a little bit of my backstory, I know that this form and what we do, this work that we do, can help. So being a combat veteran, I got to see places like Northern Iraq and Kenya, Bosnia-Herzegovina. I was there for Yugoslavia in Operation Anvil. I've seen and done and heard some of the worst things that you can do on this planet. And while it's easy to just compartmentalize or maybe repress and push those things away, I think the easiest thing for me was using this form, using this method to move myself through it. Because the only way out is in, and the only way to get through something is through it. So I think right now in these tough times, we need more of this. We need more love, more compassion, more time to self, more figuring out what we need for each other. And of course, compassion being the biggest thing, because as we know, right now in the world, a lot of what's happening is all based off of a lack of compassion for the person to the left or the person to the right of you. So my heart goes out to everybody that is impacted by the current world circumstances and by whatever's happening here in the United States. So my heart goes out to you guys. We are here for you, and we will continue to put these videos out on our virtual platform. So please, again, share away and make sure that we can get this out to as many people as possible so we can affect that change one person at a time. It really, really does make a difference. So if you can, find yourself in a quiet space, or as quiet as you can find in your home or wherever you are, and don't mind the little bit of an echo. I'm still furnishing a new place. So you've got some pictures in the background, at least, instead of just my mug to stare at. So I wanted to welcome you all in again. Thank you so much for being here with us. And from all of us at Trauma Recovery Yoga, we are with you. We are thinking of you, and our heart goes out to you. And we really, really, really do want the best for everybody, because there's enough for all of us. There really is, especially when you're talking about things like love and compassion and understanding. There is so much of it to go around. There's an abundance of it. So it's impossible for us to run out of these things. And if we continue to look for those things inside of ourselves, I know that we'll continue to pass them on to other people as well. So please, again, share. Make sure that we get this out there to everybody, and let's affect some change within our own communities. All right, so I'm going to step back onto my mat, and I will introduce myself once again. My name is Leland Holgate. I am the executive director here at Trauma Recovery Yoga, and welcome to your Total Resilience Yoga. So what is resilience? Resilience is the ability to get back up, to recover based off of something that might have happened to you. And that really is a muscle. It's something that can be strengthened, and that's what this form of yoga will help you do. I am a combat veteran myself, and I have been through several issues afterwards, physically traumatic as well. I was quadriplegic, and just over a year ago, had to learn how to walk again, and have gotten myself back up after being paraplegic. So this form of yoga has helped me both mind and in body. So you'll notice a few differences in this yoga that you might have noticed from any other yoga that you have taken. And if this is your first one, great. This is my favorite form of yoga. I am a yoga instructor, but this is my staple for sure. So a lot of the differences that you'll notice is I'm not going to play any music. I micro cue the entire time, and that keeps your mind from going to that dark and dreary place that it likes to go to every now and then. And I will also be right up here, up front, modeling. And I will not be walking around, of course, online. It doesn't make much sense to be walking around. So I will be right up front modeling. So if I call anything out that you don't know, or you're a little lost, you can look towards your screen, see exactly what I'm doing, and then join in if you'd like. Of course, one of our biggest pieces of this form is to express your choice. Please do as much or as little as you want. And if you sit and breathe the entire time, you're practicing yoga. Good job. So another couple of things that you will notice is that I will highlight the fact that this is all about progress. It's not about perfection. And today, it's a lot less about the yoga poses that you're going to see, and it's more about the self-regulation techniques that you're going to hear me calling out. So pay attention for those self-regulation techniques, because they work on or off the mat. They're great in the car, they're great in the office, they're great at home. Wherever you may be, they're there for you to use. So pay attention for those self-regulation techniques. And as we go along, I will call out things, and it's all based off of science. We don't speak Sanskrit here. So as we move through, please listen for those for yourself And above all else, again, express your choice. This is your yoga, your mat, and your rules. If you choose to lay back and breathe or sit and breathe, you are practicing yoga. All right, so we're going to get started in our seated position. You can be on your knees just like I am. You can be in a cross-legged position. You can have your legs straight, whatever is more comfortable for you. Let your hands just come to rest on your knees. Let your chin fall to your chest. And for the moment, I want you to pick out 4 patterns or 4 colors, maybe 4 shapes, maybe the color of your skin in contrast to your mat, or your mat in contrast to the floor. Maybe the patterns in the floor, or the shapes. Anything to bring yourself further into this moment. Now notice your sitting bones connected to the earth, supported by your mat. Both are always there for you. As we're looking down, we also send a signal to our brain. All is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. Practicing a little mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Start to notice where you may be holding, where you may be tight or tense, where the breath may be restricted. Just notice, be curious. No need to judge, no need to change. Now pull your belly button in towards your spine. Lift your belly button in and up and really engage your lower intrinsic muscles by restricting the flow of urine. Pull everything in and up. You immediately start to feel that area heat up. That is your internal core temperature heating up, your internal furnace. This helps pull all that mind chatter down away from the brain, where we can burn it up and use it for fuel. Continue pulling everything in and up. Feel that power build and realize that that power comes from you. Continue to pull your belly button in and up. Keep everything engaged in your entire abdominal area. Pull in and up just another few moments. And start to slowly release. And now filling from the bottom all the way to the top with our 3-part breath. As you inhale, big belly. Into your chest, into the back of your eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button to your spine. Now come back to your normal breath and just notice the body from your forehead, jaw released, shoulders away from your ears, your hands gently lying on your knees with a slight separation in your fingers. On your next inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Continue to roll around. Link your breath to your movement. Allow yourself to move at your own pace. That popping and cracking that you hear is just nitrogen leaving the joints, that old stagnant energy being cleared out. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest and give yourself a moment of pause. Let any dizziness subside. It's completely normal. On your next inhale, left ear, left shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Continue to roll around, link your breath to your motion. Remember, this is your mat, your yoga, your rules. You move at your pace. Allowing all that old stagnant energy to clear out and making way for the new. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself just a moment of pause. You can start to blink your eyes open. You can lift your gaze. Now we're going to take our right arm out to the right. You can wiggle your right fingertips. Maybe look up toward your fingertips. Wiggling the fingers gets the blood flowing through the arm. And as we look up, we can open up our eyeballs and get those happy hormones really pumping down the spinal column. Maybe even put a big goofy smile on your face to send those happy hormones down. And take in a deep inhale. As you exhale, look to your left hand. Let your left hand walk away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch. As you inhale, come back up to the center. Both arms lift. Wiggle both fingertips. Get the blood flowing down the arms. Same big goofy smile on your face. Maybe your eyes wide open. More light equals more happy. Now let your right hand drop. Keep an eye on your left. Maybe you wiggle the fingers. Keep the blood flowing. Maybe you look up and open your eyeballs wide with that same big goofy smile on your face like I have. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, look down to your right hand. Let it walk away from you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch. As you inhale, back up to the center. Wiggle your fingers one more time. And now let your hands float down to the mat. Once your hands reach the mat, you're going to take your right hand over to your left knee. Your left hand directly behind your hips so you can sit up nice and tall. As you inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist at the base of the rib cage. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. And now as you inhale, look forward, slowly unwind. And when you come back over, left hand now switches to the right knee. Your right hand behind your hips. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist at the base of the rib cage. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Slowly look forward and start to unwind. And one more side stretch. Bring your hands up overhead. Interlock your fingers. Keep your pointer fingers at that steeple. You can look forward. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, up and over to your left. As you inhale, reach with your top arm. Exhale, pull with the bottom. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale up to the center. Up and over on your exhale to the right. As you inhale, reach with the top hand. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. And now as you inhale, come back up to the center. Separate your hands. Let your hands float down to your mat or to your knees as you let your head and chin fall to your chest. Notice the difference in the body from beginning until now. Forehead and jaw released, shoulders falling away from the ears. Your sitting bones connected and your hands just gently lying on your mat. Start to blink your eyes open, lift your gaze. Now pull your heels in or just move your legs over toward the side so you can roll forward onto all fours. Your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. As you're here at the center, when you take an inhale, I want you to imagine taking in all the clean, all the positive, all the happy. And as you exhale, crunch to the left. You can also sit back as you crunch. Inhale, back to the center, taking that clean, that positive, that happy. As you exhale, crunch to the right, cleansing the organs, wringing it out that bad. Inhale, back to the center, taking all that happy, all that healthy. As you exhale, crunch to the left, squeeze out all that tension and negativity. Inhale, back to the center, taking that happy and healthy. Exhale, crunch to the right. And as you inhale back to the center, one more time, Exhale, crunch as if you're squeezing out that rag. Inhale, back to the center, taking that clean deposit. Exhale, crunch to the right. As you inhale, come back to the center. Now take your right leg back, your left arm forward. You decide whether you want one or both or none up in the air, completely up to you. As you inhale, reach both directions. Exhale, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, reach both directions. Exhale, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Slowly lower your hand and knee back down. And I don't want you walking in circles, so let's do that other side. Left leg goes back. Right arm comes forward. You decide one or both or none in the air. As you inhale, reach both directions. Exhale, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Lower your hand and knee back down to your mat. Tuck your toes and press yourself back to your first downward dog. Your hands can be about shoulder width apart, your feet about hip width apart. You can also bend your knees slightly to take your hamstrings out of the game, so you can just focus on a flat, straight back. While we're here, we like to rock the two most powerful words in the universe, I am. So rock those out for you today. I am happy. I am amazing. I am blessed. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center, look down to your fingertips once again. Send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. Now we're going to move through our sun salutations. So these sun salutations are meant to burn up that excess energy that we all carry in our body. Remember, please express your choice. If I'm too slow, speed it up. If I'm too fast, slow it down. And again, if you lay back and breathe, or sit and breathe the entire time, good job. You are practicing yoga. So as we move through, you may feel heated up. You're definitely going to feel stretched. And if you feel anything scratching at the surface, let that loose. So you inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am fortunate. I am enough. I am amazing. Inhale, heels up, see forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am confident. I am strong. I am healing. As you breathe in, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Now as you inhale, sit yourself back and down like you're in an invisible chair. You can look past your knees, maybe wiggle your toes. This helps put the weight in toward your heels. You can also press your belly button in toward your spine. Lift your arms up overhead. And as we look up past our thumbs, this helps clear the fog off of the mind, bringing a little clarity to the situation. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am prosperous. I am powerful. I am positive. As you inhale, bring your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, swing your right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to your warrior two. Or the yogurt pose, as myself and Joyce like to call it, since it's in all those damn yogurt commercials. You can keep your back leg strong. You can also bend in toward your front thigh. And you can also bring your front knee out toward your pinky toe. Completely up to you where you go with this. Remember, this is your yoga, your rules. I'm going to spin your front palm up, and I'm going to give you a disco ball filled with amazing, happy, and positive energy. As you exhale, come back to your reverse warrior, and let that pour down on top of you because you deserve it. Now come back to your warrior two. Now bring your right arm down toward your elbow, or your right elbow down toward your thigh, and your left arm up toward the sky. You can stay right here if you'd like, or maybe you lower your right hand down just to feel a little bit more of a stretch. Here for just a moment. Now lower your left hand down. Let's switch it off. Back heel comes up. Reach with your right arm. And slowly bring your right hand down. Now your right leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am brilliant. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And again, everybody's favorite, sit yourself back and down, arms up overhead. Maybe this time you concentrate on letting your shoulders drop away from your ears as you look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am amazing. I am happy. I am healthy. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. And inhale up once again to our yogurt pose or warrior two. Again, you can bend in toward your front thigh here if you'd like. You can also bring your shoulder blades together to create that straight line from middle finger to middle finger. Maybe you sink a little lower. Now your front palm spins up, and I have refilled that same disco ball with healthy, positive, and powerful feelings. As you exhale, come back to your reverse warrior and let that shower down on you because you deserve that as well. Now come back to your warrior two. Bring your left elbow down to your left thigh, right arm reaches up. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach your left hand down to your mat to feel a little bit more of a stretch. Now bring your right hand down. Your back heel comes up. Reach with your left. Stretching across the body. Left hand comes down. Your left leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am generous. I am helpful. I am a little sweaty. As you inhale, heels up. Look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And now as you inhale, once again, I know it's your favorite, so let's sit back down in our chair. And this time you can leave your hands toward the floor. Unless you'd like to lift them up, you feel free. And as we're looking down, once again, sending that signal to the brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am brilliant. I am playful. I am fun. As you inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back knee down. You can stay here and inhale yourself up. Or if your knees are like grandpa's over here, I'm going to bring them both back. Reach up with both hands. And in between your hands, I'm going to give you a balloon. I want you to picture that balloon. The size, the color, the texture. Now I'm going to give you a big greasy marker, and I want you to write down everything that you want to let go of. All the things that no longer serve you. All those feelings that you no longer want to have. Maybe you don't have words for it, so you associate a number or a color. You write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller. Taken by the universe to be recycled into something new. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Come back to your plank, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams. I am compassionate. I am healing. I am letting go. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back knee down. You decide if you want to go with the low lunge, or if you want to be like grandpa, bring both knees back. Reach up overhead. And this time, I'm going to give you a sky lantern. That's right, one of those amazing lanterns that you put a candle in and let it fly away. All four sides are completely empty. You write down everything that you want in your life. All the feelings, all the people, all the places you want to go. Write down everything that you want in your life, all those things that you want to experience. Now I'm going to give you a candle. We're going to light that candle. As you inhale, feel it lifted. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you and those you love. As you inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Last one, I promise. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams. I am amazing. I am happy. I am strong. Inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Once again, send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. All right, so now we get to build a mountain. You get to be that mountain. And I wasn't lying about sweat, man, was I? Okay, so hands onto your hips. Take a little hop. Your feet land directly underneath your hips. You know, sometimes we like to think our hips are super wide, but they're not. Just a little hop right there. So look down to your toes. Lift all of your toes up and separate your toes. And now one of my favorite exercises. Place your pinky toes down. Place your big toes down. And now pinky toe, big toe, middle toe. Someday somebody's going to do that and make me pass out. Really grip with all of your toes now. Press through all four corners of your feet. Pinky toes, the two corners of your heels. Press down and start to engage your calves, your thighs. Belly button presses in. Hands move toward the floor. Fingertips being pulled by an invisible force. Now your shoulder blades come together to shine your heart space forward. And keep everything engaged, and you'll feel yourself grow. The crown of your head just gets a little further away from the ground with each little breath. Keep everything engaged. Feel that power. And realize that that power is you. You are that mountain. You are that immovable force. Keep everything engaged. And when I count down from 5, you're going to let everything hang. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, notice that the earth and your mat are there to support you. And scan from the forehead to jaw, shoulders away from the ears, and your feet connected to the mat. Start to slowly lift your gaze. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, bend at your knees. Let your chest come to your thighs. Now you can wrap your peace fingers around your toes. Maybe you have your hands underneath your feet, or you just let your arms rest behind your knees. The important part is the heart being above the head. When the heart is above the head, it doesn't have to work near as hard to pump blood up to the brain and all the areas where it's needed. While we're here, we're also letting that blood pool, and those happy hormones start to build at the tip of the spine. Here in just a moment, you'll notice why we call this the Xanax of yoga. Release your hands up to your hips, pull your belly button in toward your spine, and slowly start to tip yourself up. Very, very slowly. Head comes up last. Oh, that is the yoga business. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, maybe you pick a different one. Maybe your hands go under. Maybe you just let your arms rest behind your thighs. For those that do want to make it active, you can pull with your arms, keep your chest attached to your thighs, and then work to straighten your legs. Or you just hang out here, giving the heart the break that it deserves. All day long, we are sitting and walking and running and sitting. While we're here, we're also toning that vagus nerve system that we all have that enacts that relaxed side of the body. So the more we do this work, the better we feel. Release your hands up to your hips, pull your belly button into your spine, and like it's a game to come up last, take yourself up slowly. Head comes up last. Ooh, I love that so much. We're going to do that one more again. Arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, maybe you switch it up. Maybe you just let your arms hang out. It don't matter because it is your game, your rules, your yoga. Giving yourself that moment of pause, letting that blood pool to the important parts of the body, letting the heart get the break that it so deserves. And once again, release your hands up to your hips, pull your belly button in toward your spine, and very, very, very slowly take yourself up. Ooh, I could do that all day long, so we better move on. As you inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back, and press back to your downward dog. I know I got you. You thought we were doing more. I promised you we were done, and we are. Rock your I ams one more time while we're here. I am happy. I am love. I am kindness. Now you can lower your knees down to your mat. You can let your hips sit over to the side. Make your way onto your seat. And now one of my favorites. So you're going to bring your feet together. Let yourself sit wherever is comfortable for you. So with your heels in closer, it's a little more of a stretch. So if that's too much, back it off. Take your heels away, so that way you can still feel the stretch, but it's not painful, because yoga is not meant to be painful, just like love. So hands to your feet, your thumbs across the pads of your feet. You can also sit up nice and tall here. If you can, it's a little tough for me anatomically. You can press your elbows down to your thighs. That gives you a little bit more of a hip stretch. It also helps bring your shoulders away from your ears, so you can bring your shoulder blades together to protect your spine. And now, I want you to pull your feet apart just like a book. Take an inhale, keep your spine straight and strong. As you exhale, start to bring your heart over that book. And now this book is the book of your life. And the beautiful part about that is you are the author. You hold the pen. You control the keyboard. You get to write that next chapter right now. What's that next chapter look like in your life? Start to write from your heart. Allow all the things that you want to see in your life in this next chapter. Continue to write. And as you write, I want you to see yourself getting it. I want you to feel those happy, happy emotions for obtaining the things that you want in your life. Continue to write. It could be the simple things. Maybe it's friends and family, more time with yourself. Whatever it is you want in your life, write it all in that next chapter. And now I want you to surrender that to the universe, knowing that it's going to happen. Just let your hands fall in front of you. Let your chin fall to your chest. The slight round of your back. Just letting everything go. Continue to think on that story that you just wrote for yourself, that next chapter that you get to experience. And slowly start to walk your hands in. Take your hands to the outside of your knees. That way you can help your legs come back up. It's a little less daunting on the hips. And now we're going to build a boat. Building all kinds of things today. Build a mountain, now you're building a boat. So your feet and your sitting bones connected to the mat. Your hands come behind your hamstrings, elbows nice and wide. This helps promote a long, straight spine. Start to increase that distance between your chest and your knees. You'll feel your core engage, and then you can lift your shins parallel to the mat. When you start to notice that shake, that's what we're looking for. That's neurogenics. That's the fear leaving our body. We don't need it anymore. It can go. Just like a cheetah after it hunts, or a chihuahua shaking all of that excess energy free. Right over your left. Heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up to reset. Exhale, lower back down, and come right back to your boat. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you've got an inner tube like I have. Maybe you straighten your legs for that speedboat. Maybe you take your arms out for the sailboat. I'm going to stay right here in my inner tube, because that's what I like today. Let that fear shake loose. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It is a mental construct, and it can affect our body, but only if we allow it. So let's let that fear go. Left ankle over your right. Heels come in and plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And come right back. One more again. You decide where you want to go with this one. Maybe you try something different. Maybe you stick with what you got. Let that fear shake loose. Fear also stands for face everything and rise. You are here because you are that immovable force. You are that powerful being. Right ankle over your left. Heels come in. Plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Now pull your heels in once again, or just move your legs over to the side so you can roll yourself on to all fours once again. And now we're going to move to our plank. So hands under your shoulders, heels over your toes, press to your plank, and remember, you are more than welcome to do knees down, heels up, whatever you would like for you. Remember, this is your yoga. It's all your rules. So you decide where you want to be. Hold that plank as if you are holding up the plank because you are that powerful. Let your heels drop to the right. Lift your left arm up for a side plank. You can also drop your bottom knee down just for a little more stability. And now your left hand comes down, back to your plank for just a moment. Let your heels fall to the left and reach with your right arm. Remember, you can bring that left knee down just to give yourself a little stability. Come back to your plank. And one more time, hold here for a moment. Lower down to your forearms. Stay in your plank, engage your fingers, and create that little pocket. And as you inhale, take in all the power, all the positivity, all that happy and healthy. As you exhale, trap it for yourself and those you love. That's for you and for you to share. Slowly lower your knees down. Take your elbows nice and wide. Pick your favorite ear. And let yourself just tune into the moment. Maybe you notice the body quiver, that fear still leaving the body. Maybe you notice the story that your heart continues to tell, that next chapter that you wrote for yourself. Maybe you notice your breath. And slowly and carefully lift your chin to the mat. And now switch off ears. And now maybe you're paying attention to that thermal imprint, that heat that your body's giving off. Maybe you're paying attention to the fact that your heart is starting to slow. You're finally giving yourself that moment of pause. And now once again, bring your chin back to your mat and work your hands underneath your shoulders. You can press through the tops of your feet, which helps lift your knees off of the ground. And as you inhale, come up to a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Press through the tops of your feet. Inhale up, baby cobra. Maybe you lift your hands. Slowly lower down. And one more time as you inhale, come up to that baby cobra. Maybe you lift your hands. Maybe you lift your feet. And slowly lower back down. Press your way up to all fours. Take your knees to the edges of your mat, toes together. Let your hips sit back for child's pose. Your forehead meets the mat. This is a very grounding pose. It's also a very safe and secure pose, bringing you back to the moment. You can start to roll your forehead left and right, which enacts a pressure point inside of our forehead that allows the heart to slow just a bit. And now let your forehead come to rest. Slowly start to make your way up. Press your hands back to your knees. Bring your knees together. And now one of my favorites. This is hero's pose. So just sit up tall. Your hands can go onto your thighs. Hands up if you want to receive. And down if you want to root yourself into this moment. You can soften or close your eyes. You can also let your chin drop to your chest. Again, sending that signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. Hero's pose is a perfect reminder that you can't always be a hero, but you can be a champion just by showing up for you. Honor yourself for being that champion today, for making you important. Slowly start to lift your gaze. Blink your eyes open. You can sit your hips down, swing your legs around. Now that we're here, let's make our way onto our back. It's the favorite part of everybody's yoga practice, on the mat. So lower yourself down. And now one of my favorites, this one's called waterfall. So you keep your legs together. They can be separated. It's completely up to you, whatever's more comfortable. And lift your legs up toward the sky. Let your toes fall back towards your knees. You can also have a slight bend in your knees. You can also bring your hands behind your hamstrings for a little bit of support. So you'll start to feel that tingle, and that's the blood returning back to the visceral or very important parts of the body where the organs are needed. You can allow yourself to press your toes up as you inhale, and maybe you exhale, pull your toes back. As you inhale, press your toes up. Find that rhythm with yourself. You'll notice that this helps increase that blood flow. The tingle increases just a bit, stretching all those muscle fibers, letting the blood return to the important parts of the body where it's needed for lung function, brain function, digestion, all of those good things that we enjoy. Maybe you pedal your feet left and right. This is a great one for insomnia, depression, and anxiety. 5 to 10 minutes of this before bed, and I sleep like a baby. You can also do this up against the wall for a little extra support as well. So let your feet settle. Now straighten your legs. Take your hands up, palms face each other. Create that straight line. I don't know why I can't word today. And now keep your legs nice and straight and lower your legs to about a 45-degree angle. Match that angle with your arms. You'll notice again your core engaged. That shape starts. That's good. That's what we're looking for. Letting go of that last little bit of fear. We don't need it anymore. I'm going to count down from 5, and you slowly lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your heels come to rest on the mat. Let the backs of your hands rest on the floor, palms face up, and get whatever last little shifts that you need to find that comfortable spot for you. Maybe you shake out the shoulders, maybe you bot the legs, whatever you can do to find that comfortable position. Now this is the pose for which we practice. This is a pose of contemplation, of honor and respect, paying homage to yourself for making you important, honoring you for showing up for yourself today. As you take in, fill up with air. Notice your forehead as you exhale, relax. And again, fill up. Let your jaw release. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And with every breath, allow yourself to sink into the mat. As you inhale, fill up. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders sink and become heavy. Let your spine melt into the mat. With every breath, your hips become heavy. Your legs and arms fall through the floor. You find that sense of peace in letting go. You allow yourself to be here and now. With every breath, with every sound, with every word, you fall further and further into that state of peace and tranquility. Start to think of everything that you're happy for in your life. All those things that put a smile on your face. Maybe it's your friends, maybe your family. Maybe something as simple as clean drinking water. You could be happy for the ability to walk. Maybe you're happy for clothing, for food, for all those basic necessities that sometimes we take for granted. Continue to run through this gratitude slideshow. With each picture, allowing yourself to float further and further into that state of peace. as you continue to breathe. With every breath, with every word, you fall further and further into that state of peace. Start to picture yourself in a beautiful meadow filled with fluffy, comfortable grass. You decide whether you want to take a seat, or maybe you let yourself lay back and you enjoy that soft, comfy grass as it coddles you, allowing you to completely let go. And as we're here, notice the beautiful flowers. Smell the fragrance that they give off. Maybe you notice the bees buzzing around the flowers, pollinating, carrying on their amazing work. Maybe you notice the birds and the song that they're singing. You can notice the trees that surround you, the bushes that surround you. All the animals playing. And as you look up, you notice the unique shapes that the clouds are making. Unique sizes, maybe the shapes of the animals. And these clouds represent your thoughts. Just like your thoughts, you notice how they pop up and then they pass. They pop up and then they pass. No need to hold on to any one thought or cloud. You just watch those unique shapes and sizes play like a movie in front of your eyes. You notice one of your favorite shaped clouds starts to lower down toward you. This is the softest, most comfy looking cloud you've ever seen. Like a big ball of cotton, just letting itself lower slowly to the ground as it scoops you up and allows you to sink into the soft, fluffy, comfortable cloud, like being surrounded by the most comfortable down comforter. As you start to inhale, with each breath, the cloud lifts you up into the sky, cradling you, keeping you safe. With every breath, you fly higher and higher into that place of peace. You start to notice the beautiful view that you have from this cloud. You notice how safe and secure you are. This is your safe place. This is a place that you can find at any time. You can call on this cloud whenever you like. You are the only one that can find your way to this spot. The only one that can call on your cloud. With every breath, with every word, you fall further into that state of comfort and peace. Slowly, the cloud starts to lower you back down, ever so softly, allowing you to lay back in that soft, comfortable grass. Do you remember the shape of this cloud? Maybe you give it a name, something to remember that's easy for you to call, so you can visit it at any point you want. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You can roll your ankles and roll your wrists. Slowly bring yourself back to the room. Keep your eyes closed and make your way onto your favorite side. Your bottom arm comes up to cradle your head. Knees come into your chest for your fetal position. And your top hand just rests on the mat. And this pose is one of security, serenity, and peace. We lived here for almost 10 months before entering the world, so our body remembers. This is also a pose of nurturing, reminding us that we can give ourselves everything that we need because it lies within each and every one of us. Press your top hand into the mat. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your way up to your seated pose once again. You can rest your hands onto your knees, or maybe you bring your hands up, palms to your heart center, and let your chin fall to your chest. And this again is a bow and honor and respect for you, for showing up and making you number one, for being that champion for yourself. Remember as we move through the rest of this week that the past is history, the future is a mystery, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Allow yourself to be more rooted in the moment, in the now. And whatever you do, let whatever you do be enough. It's been an absolute pleasure. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Well, thank you so much for practicing with me. I am so glad to have you all with me on this journey. And remember that we have these classes on our YouTube channel, Trauma Recovery Yoga. And if you need a reminder, you can look on traumarecoveryyoga.org for our class schedule. And of course, I also have our level 2 or try harder on Wednesday mornings at 9 and Saturday mornings at 9 called Warrior Flow. And it's our level 2 try class as well. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you all being here. Remember to be compassionate with yourself, which will then transfer on to others naturally. Have an amazing day, y'all. Namaste.